Welcome back. Winter Surfer, what you saying, bro?
This is going to sound very reactionary. I don't like to do it, but Nico Jackson shouldn't play for his club again. Totally let us down. Because even if he did stay on, at least we could have swapped him out for someone like Tariq George or something at the end, last 20 minutes or something like that, an extra presence up there. I can't blame Maresca. Credit to Newcastle, because I heard in the commentary they weren't even in the warm-up, they weren't even playing a back five. They were still playing a back four. So in the warm-up, so they weren't even doing it. So they done that, but we dogged Newcastle that entire second half. We deserved at least a point out of it. Like you say, Terry, their shots, a mishit and a deflection. I got no. This isn't Maresca's fault. Maresca got his tactics second half spot on. Caicedo took. I disagree with that comment earlier. Caicedo took Anthony Gordon completely out of the game. He was ineffective. Had to be subbed. Maresca got his sub spot on. His tactics at back three the last 15, 20 minutes was working. We created a lot of chances. Reece James missed that header. Cucurella shot. Enzo shot. But we didn't have the extra player. That Caicedo shot, the Cucurella shot, if someone's running in on that, there might be a tap-in. Do you know what I mean? It's just one player has cost us. And you know what, Terry? We didn't start well, but we were getting a foot into the game a bit more when he did that. Do you know what I mean? We were getting a bit of possession back, starting to not create chances, but just starting to get hold of the ball.
You were starting to win more 50-50s. That was it.
The madness of it. He's not even jumping with the guy. He looked at him, he ran towards him with a forearm and smashed it. And don't give me this someone's go, oh, he's young, he's inexperienced. Rubbish. 10-year-olds don't do that on the pitch when they play each other. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't even they weren't even battling all game. It wasn't like they were fouling each other for the first. He's an idiot.
Like Bruno and Enzo the whole game were chatting.
Yeah, he shouldn't play. Obviously, he's not been playing the league games, and he shouldn't play the final either. The conference, it should be. If I was Maresca, he wouldn't be training with the first team for the rest of the season. I'd bomb him out for the rest of the season because he's just not worth it, and he's cost us today. And I thought everyone else was very good today. What they had to be. He's one player has cost us getting anything from that game at all. And the fortunate thing is it's still in our hands to do something. But that game against your mob on Friday is a must win to stand any chance of doing it. But honestly, Nico Jackson, I mean, like you say, Terry, it's not even like he's bagged 25 goals this season. So I can give him a bit of leeway or something like that. Just not worth it. He's not worth it.
What are you here to say, bro?
Yeah, I was. I actually kind of expected this to happen, and when I was listening to you guys on Saturday, I think Sunday last time when we were playing Chelsea, if I was there, I would have said, look, that result was great for you guys, but at the end of the day, this is the game where it matters because this is your direct rivals. You're challenging for top four, and you've got to win this game. Now you put more of the onus on not only Newcastle, but Nottingham Forest, who I think are playing Leicester right now. And I believe that they're going to beat them. It's a derby at the City Ground. They will beat them, in my opinion. Now it's just putting so much pressure on you guys because if Forest do beat Leicester, then you guys will drop to fifth. And it puts more onus on that United game. And look, United, I know Terry's saying bigger fish to fry. You got a rotated squad and everything, but a team that has no pressure is a very, very dangerous team. And you guys will have a lot of the pressure. And you're playing at home. If things don't go your way in the first 15 minutes and you don't score a goal, your fans will get frustrated and it will seep onto the players. And putting that much pressure on the players in a must-win game, especially given the results of what happened today, it's just not a good look for you guys. And look, on the game itself, I think I agree with Straggle Steve when he said if Jackson would have got sent off, he wouldn't think that Chelsea would have played a better game because, look, we saw what happened a couple of seasons ago against Liverpool. It was just all the same script where Newcastle had a lot of the ball, but were very, very passive, didn't do much with it. And I think it was the same thing. And then once Cucurella, who played a very good game today, started to penetrate that that left-hand side for you guys, you saw a lot of the problems. But look, at the end of the day, it don't matter how well you play. It don't matter what result is. All that matters is getting it done, getting the 3 points, and that's what Newcastle did. And now Chelsea have got to do that against United. It's as simple as that. We're at this point in the season where performances don't count, results is what matters.
I hear that. Andrew, do you agree with what Ram has said there?
Yeah, for sure, Terry. First of all, I want to shout you out, and I love the new overlay. Looks really good. The almost bento grid kind of style. It's really cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Man. Thank you.
Yeah. And what I want to say is I sort of echo what Andrew said as well, where he's talking about, I think we deserved a point just because of the second half performance. The first half was fully shit, but just because of the second half, Caicedo is really like a machine. The way the guy played was unbelievable. And I think Palmer was like out of it. We could have made like, you know, a little more, had some more urgency in the like close to the box. But fully agree with what Ram said is that if we do not, and I think the super chat said that as well, if we do not get points from that United game, we don't deserve to be in the Champions League. It's simple as that, because of the fact that so we have two things going against us during that game. One is that, like Ram said, there's no pressure. Two is they've always been our bogey team. So we're going to have to really, like, you know, turn up, like mentally. More than anything else, I think this Chelsea team needs to be turned up mentally, because they just don't like this kind of silly things that they do to like warrant these kind of results is sort of frustrating. You had the momentum. You just beat Liverpool. Given whatever the reason why we beat Liverpool, because they were not fully in the game, all of that doesn't matter. It's momentum, and football is a sport of momentum. If you get it, like, keep that going so that you can and finish off, like, you know, it's almost the end of the season. Just finish it off well. We would be comfortably there. I said this in the last show. We need to be on fourth, because like on fifth, it's always tricky, because last time it was the same thing. We were there. United beat somebody and they got into the I think it was the
fifth is guaranteed. Fifth is guaranteed.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm saying last time Chelsea was in a place where, okay, if you're there,
okay, right, yeah.
And we lost it last season. We did it like that because of that result. We never thought United would beat City.
When you said at the beginning, you said that you deserve the point. Is it? What do you put it down to? Not getting that point or not getting a result today? Is it the Jackson sending off? Do you feel that if it was 11v11 in that second half, you'd have had enough to have put the ball in the back of the net?
No, but I'm on the fence on this, because of the fact that if Jackson was there, I don't know if he would have played differently. Because he was gone, there was some sort of urgency. But why is this urgency not there from the beginning? Like, we should have this urgency from the beginning. And I think the cliche of a game of two halves. Like, the first half, these guys didn't show up at all, and then I was like, if you even played 50% of this in the first half, we would have got a very favorable result. Because if you're able to run like that, push like that, press like that, why aren't you doing it with 11 men? Like, why? It just doesn't make sense. There was a point of time, Terry, I think it was for about 15 minutes, 16 minutes in the second half, we had 80% possession and attacking possession. It's not that Chelsea playing at the back kind of thing. We were 80% possession against the team in their home, and like they're leading. Like it's amazing. Like,
I think it was after Botman got subbed off. I think it was after.
I think it was about the 56th, 57th minute. That was our possession.
Yeah. No, it was very solid. Judge Mo, what did you make of Chelsea today? Were they unlucky? Was this a Nico Williams issue? How did you see it from a neutral standpoint?
If you watch Chelsea today, you can't tell me that Chelsea don't deserve to play Champions League football and Nottingham Forest deserve. Chelsea played fantastic today with 10 men. It's a very hard place to go, St. James Park, and I thought they played great. All they needed is someone to put the ball at the back of the net. They need a clinical striker, and Nicolas Jackson is not only that, he's just a bozo and a clown. He literally looked at Botman and went with his elbow. He knew exactly where the elbow is going. He knew where Botman is. He knew exactly what he was doing. To be honest, Chelsea, I'm not going to say they deserve a point, because if I say that, I will take a little bit of credit from Newcastle, because Newcastle are a great team. If people are still underestimating Newcastle, you have watched today, it's a very tough place to go. But I want to touch on something. Chelsea fans before the game were so arrogant about this game that we're going to go to Newcastle and beat them. Newcastle have won the last 5 games at home. You have to know, maybe not you, Andrew, or you don't do that face. It's not you. I'm talking about a lot of Chelsea fans that told me you're going to go to St. James's Park and beat Newcastle, right? and beat Newcastle, while Newcastle won their last 5 games. And Chelsea have won 1 out of 6 away games that they played. And if you now look at this, the problem with that is that the fans still look at the name. We are Chelsea. You don't deserve the win based on merit. You deserve the win if you are better than the opposition. And Newcastle are a very good team, and I think they will be a 4th. Chelsea played very well with 10 men, and you just have to take it on the chin. Go to the next game. If you're watching this game and you don't think that Chelsea can win against Man United and Nottingham Forest, you have not watched this game, because Chelsea, I think, I'm saying it now, Chelsea are going to win the next 2 games, and they're going to get 69 points, and they're going to go to the Champions League. The lead they're going to get, no, I think they're going to get 69 points, to be honest. Without Jackson, I think the team will be galvanized. I think the team will be good. Right? Newcastle will make Champions League football. I think it's now like they have 1 game, and they're going to be on 69 points, and they're going to make Champions League. But I want to see Chelsea and Newcastle in the Champions League. With all due respect, I don't want to see Nottingham Forest playing the Champions League. These 2 teams deserve to be in the Champions League, not Nottingham Forest. With all due respect to all the Nottingham Forest fans, you don't deserve to be in the Champions League. These 2 teams are better than them. They deserve to be in the Champions League. With all due respect, I don't want to see them. I want to see Chelsea play in the Champions League. I want to see Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Newcastle, and Liverpool play in the Champions League. Aston Villa, I wouldn't mind.
What about Aston
I
Villa?
wouldn't mind. But for the better of the Premier League, for the better of the Champions League, I want to see these 5 teams go to the Champions League, along with one of Man United, because I believe these 5 teams will go to the 2nd round. And for the people that want to listen, we come to panels. A lot of rivals come to panels and banter Chelsea. If you watch the game today, Chelsea, as Philip said in the group chat, they played like men. Literally a second half, amazing second half. Go!
Leicester have just gone 1-0 up against Nottingham Forest. 1-0 Leicester.
When I'm telling you, I don't want to see Nottingham Forest in the Champions League, I'm not speaking out of nothing. I really don't want to see them in the Champions League.
That's just hate, man. Why?
No, but no.
They don't.
No.
Heritage back in the Champions League.
Heritage, bro.
Where Mo is right, though, is that if this current form of theirs continues, they're going to end up, between 7th and 8th?
Yeah.
And look, at the end of the day, I get what people are saying about Man United and Spurs, where we are in the league, but at least we are winning a tournament. The rule already existed. Since when do we want a team that's currently good enough to be 7th or 8th in the league to be in the Champions League? Ever. No one's ever said.
It's good.
No one's ever said.
You know what? Terry's right. None of us here think that Nottingham Forest are guaranteed to go out of the 32 teams group stage to the 2nd round. But you'd sit here and say Chelsea will go through.
Do you know what they'll end up being like next season? Do you remember Girona last year? Everyone was like, what a team. Wow. I swear they're down the bottom of La Liga this year, all full in the Champions League.
Bologna.
I wouldn't be surprised because what's going to happen to them is the same as Newcastle, Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest are going to lose a couple of players this summer that have been good. They're just not yet. You are right, Mo, on that.